bar models that we've done so far are one big bar model, where you take two sets and you put them together. So you have one set maybe that says Mark, another set that might have Ayana, and you join those two sets together. Today, we're going to look at bar models where we don't join the sets together and that we're comparing them. What does it mean to compare something? Justin?
I think it's another word for adding.
Okay. I want you just to think, so it has nothing to do with math. What does the word compare mean? If I say, I want you to compare an apple to an orange, what would you be looking at? Jelani?
Different stuff on.
Yeah, maybe the different things that an apple has compared to an orange. What else? When you're comparing two different things, what do you look at?
You also look at what color, what shape, and what size.
Awesome. What else do you look at when you're comparing? I would love to call on you, but I'm noticing you're not sitting the right way. Awesome. Sahada.
Compare means you take two things of a different kind and you look at them, see what they have in common, and what they don't.
Whoa. So we're going to look at things that they do have in common and things that they don't. So if I was to take something that everyone said about comparing, you look at the similarities, the things they have in common, and you look at the differences, the things that they don't have in common. So let's just look at these two bars. Let's compare them. Sasha said we could look at the color. So we could say Mark's bar is green and Ayana's bar is orange. How else could we compare these two? Taylor?
They're two different things.
Yeah. Mark is one person. Ayana is someone completely different. Medina?
They're two. Mark's bar is longer, Ayana's bar is shorter.
Excellent. And I noticed that when Medina was explaining her comparison, she used very scientific words. She said Mark's is longer, Ayana's is shorter. Those are scientific words. Is there anything else I can do to compare these two? Ayana? I can compare them with the numbers. Awesome. So I want to read the number story. So it says, Mark has 75 comic books. Wow, Mark, that's pretty cool. I know you've written a comic book before. I think it's pretty cool that you have 75 of them. So Mark has 75. So I'm going to write the number 75 in Mark's bar. That's going to help me remember that this bar represents 75. Ayana has 14 less comic books than Mark. Do I know how many Ayana has? No, I know she has 14 less, but I don't know how many. So when we know how many she has less or how many more, we draw this triangle and we write the number here. So we know that the difference between Ayana's and Mark's, the difference, remember, the difference means what they don't have in common. They have this in common, right? They have this in common, but this extra piece, we don't know what that is. So that's 14. So now we're looking for how many Ayana has. How many comic books does Ayana have? So I know this whole thing, right? And I know one of the parts, but I don't know the other part. How am I going to solve this problem? I know the whole, and I know one of the parts. How am I going to solve that problem, Alexis?
I'm going to put 75 at the top.
Okay, so far so good.
Since it says less, I'm going to put a minus.
Okay, that's good. So we can look at the words But the words don't always help us. So in this case, less does mean minus, but in some other problems, it's not going to mean minus. So we have to look at it more like a number bond. So if we have the whole, and we know one of the parts, how do I solve for a part? Isaiah? I add these two together, but I don't know what that is, so it's going to be hard. So I'm going to take 75, and I'm going to subtract 14. So I have more on the top, no need to stop. I know if I have 5 and I take 4 away, I'll have 1 left over. Then I look at the tens, I have more on the top again. If I have 7 and I take 1 away, that's super easy, Peter. What is that? 6. So Ayana has 61 comic books, which is 14 less than Mark. So I can say 61 plus 14 will give me 75. Okay? Let's take a look at the next one. Let's not read this yet. Let's just compare these two bars. Elise, you're the only one who's awake. Mark.
Jelani's bar is bigger than Sasha's.
Jelani's bar is bigger than Sasha's. Taylor.
Sasha's is shorter than Jelani's.
Sasha's is shorter than Jelani's. Justin.
Jelani's is brown.
Yeah, Jelani's bar is brown and Sasha's bar is orange. Yuki. Sasha's is smaller. Sasha's bar says the name Sasha in it, and Jelani says the name Jelani. That's a difference too, right? So this here, right, from here to here is how much they are different. But from here back is how much they have in common. So let's read the word story. Sasha has 94 toys at home. So how many does Sasha have? Alexis. 94 toys. She has 60 less toys than Jelani. Do we know how many Jelani has? Nope. And then I look here and it says how many, whoops, I put books. How many toys does Jelani have? So if I'm asking that question, that means I don't know. And what can I put here if I don't know? What can I put there if I don't know, Sasha?
Question mark.
A question mark. How many less toys does she have? From here to here is how many less she has. How many less toys does she have? Isaiah? 60. I'm going to put 60 here, and I'm going to put a circle around it so we know that's the number that I'm talking about. So I have 60, 90, and question mark. This is hard, so I'm going to draw the number bond for you. What are the two parts to that problem? What are the two parts? Samara, you want to take a guess? Remember, the whole thing is the biggest. So what are the two smaller parts? $60 is a part, and what's the other part? Both lines are going to the question mark. So 60 is a part, and what is the other part that I have? Summer.
94.
94. If you notice, this is almost like an imaginary bar. I know this part. This bar right here is 60. This bar right here is 90. When I know what each part is, that means I know two parts. If I don't know this whole long one, then I don't know the whole. If I know both parts, what kind of a problem are we going to solve? Ayana? Addition. So I have 94 plus 60. Who can help me solve that problem? 4 plus 0, Jasmine. 4 plus 0 is 4. 9 plus 6. Who can tell me it like that? 9 plus 6. 15. So I regroup by putting 5 in the tens place and 1 in the hundreds place. Now I can't forget about that 1. I have to add that 1. So I have 1 plus 0 plus 0. What is that? Who knows it like that? Alexis?
1.
Excellent. So Sasha has 94 toys, but she has 60 less toys than Jelani. How many toys does Jelani have? I'm seeing the same hands over and over again. Peter?
Jelani has 54.
Close.
154 toys.
Jelani has 154 toys. We're going to do 2 of your problems in your math workbook together because I'm noticing that we're having a hard time with this. I want you, when you're looking at your math problems and you see 2 bars, the first thing you should think of is what are the similarities and what are the differences. So we're going to compare them. Okay? So as quietly as a mouse, as quiet as a mouse, we're going to sneak back to our seats so that we can start our 2 problems. So today it's not going to be independent. Today we're going to do it together. But I need your help, so you need to show me that you're focused. As quiet as a mouse.